Hey guys, welcome to the part 3 of Chakra UI tutorial series. So in this lesson, I'm going to introduce you to a different component called a Flex component, and I'm going to show you how to use that to easily create rows of content using the Flex box and basically lay out content on a page. We'll use this Flex component to creating the nav bar for the website. So let's get in. So let's create in the nav bar component. So come over to the SRC folder and let's create a new folder called the components. This is where we store most of our components. So your name is components, and we are going to create a new file called the navbar. So I just put in the navbar, set it to navbar.css. This is where the JSS on there. So I save this. So I'm going to use the shortcut to paste in a React component. So to do that, I'll just write in the RKSCE. I should come up here. So the way I used to do this is there's an extension I installed called the React. So let me search that. It should probably come out. So this is the component I'm using. The ES7 plus React Windows React Native snippet. So this is what I used to type in those shortcuts, and it created the React component for me. So let's take off the React endpoint since we don't need that. Let's save that. So inside here, we are going to take this nav component and add it to the layout. So do it. We're going to go over to the layouts folder. That's why the app layout, and at the top of this place, we're going to replace it with the nav bar. So you just put the nav bar. Let's import that. Make sure to import that. Anyways, make sure to save it. So it will render the nav component at the top of the applet. If you don't put it here, it will actually not show here. So I just want to make it clear that this is not going to be a tutorial about CSS Flexbox. I believe that you already know the basis of Flexbox. This tutorial is about how to implement Flexbox using Chakra UI Flex component. So let's get started using the Flex component. So let's get rid of div in the navbar. Come over to the navbar. Let's remove the div. And what we're going to do here is we're going to output. So let's replace it with the Flex component. Make sure to import it. It should give us the children. So what this does, it attributes a div with the Flex display to equals to Flex. So everything inside is going to become a Flex item, right? So let's give this a background color of let's give it a BG of grade 200. When 200. So now I want to output 4 boxes. So we have 4 elements inside the component right here. So let me output the 4 boxes. So I'll just duplicate it. Make sure to import it. Remember. So I'll just switch 1 to 3. So we have 4 elements inside the components right here. So each one of these is now going to be a Flex item. They are going to sit next to each other on the page. Now each box is going to have a width and height of 100 pixels. So if I come over here, remember this is a style prop we're going to add to the post component. So and is a shorthand I'm going to use. We can put in 100 pixels and the height of 100 pixels. So let's just duplicate this one into 4, place 1, 2, 3, 4, and create the one without this type property. So we can save that. And then we're going to give each of them a background color. And before that, let's put in some text inside. I want to say 1. I'll come over here to 3, and the last one 4. So the first one, I'm going to give it a background color of orange. The second one, I'm going to give it a background color of blue. I'm going to give the third one a background color of red. I'm going to give the fourth one, the last one, which is a background color of yellow. Now, if I save this, hopefully all these are positioned to each other with the address sizes. You can see they are positioned to each other 1, 2, 3, and the last one, the color didn't show. Okay, yeah, let's put in the yellow. Okay, make it nice. So you can see the last one, the color here is with the background. The first background is gray, light gray. So you can see that the background of the boxes are being displayed. These items are being set to reflect to the display of flex. That is why they are positioned aligned to each other, close to each other. If we inspect that and look at it, we can see that the item are flex and are positioned to each other. So let's close out this space. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to try to make these boxes spread across the parents component, the flex component. So to do that, we're going to use some other property that Flex have, which is called justify content property. So I'm going to go back to the code, and I'm going to come here and put in justify content property to space around. Space around. Then if I save that, that's from over here. We've started spacing around here. We can also use a different one. We can also use justify content space between. This will give the children the flex item to stay between each other. So once I save and I preview it, we can see that we have space between them. There's no more space around them, but just fully between them, and their position is spaced separately. So another property we can also use is what we call the wrap property. So if we come here and type in wrap, we can use wrap, or we can use flex wrap. Flex wrap is equals to, if we make it to wrap, and let's also give the gap. So what gap means is giving gap between the items. So we use 2 pixels, and if we save, and if we come over here, nothing changed, but one we inspect, it can be cool. When we inspect it, we can see that they are 100 pixels. If I try to minimize, if I try to reduce the browser, it should wrap, and make sure I minimize the browser to make it so that it can wrap. You see that they're following, as the items are going down to the next one. But if there's no flex wrap, or we set it to no wrap, the items will shrink to just fit in the same row. But since we have made the property, even a property flex wrap to app, it's going to make the flex item to where that says the maximum with it fall to the next row. So that is it for flex wrap. So we also have another property we can also display, which is called, if we call it the flex go. So if we come over to, so if we come here, let's try it. So most times the flex item are influenced by the parent flex. So we can come here and put flex equals to 1. What this means is it take the spacing. It's giving it to take a whole lot of space. While all these, the remaining one are fixed to that same size. So I can also add, let's say this one, we can also have flex. It can be flex or flex grow. Anyway, you can use, let me give it a flex grow. Still something. You can come over here and make this. So this will be 3 times bigger than the flex grow one, the first one. So if we save this and come over to the browser, we can see this one takes a lot of space more than the first one, and the other ones are fixed which were given to it. So now we can say that this is to say that then. So I hope you guys understand the basis of the flex component. So I'm going to comment on this and actually create a navbar, so where we can actually use this flex in reaction. So make sure to comment the flex one that we have here. So I'll just leave it here. So same as before, we need to start with a flex component. So to start with the flex component, remember we need to put in the flex the same way we did previously. Then, there's a problem. I don't want this flex component to output as div. I want it to output as nav, so that I can expect it and know that okay, this is using a nav tag, HTML tag to represent my navbar. So I'll just use the same way we did before, as we use the as prop. Then we just give it nav. But I save that. So you also want to add padding to this, so I'll use the bigger one. So I'll give it 10 pixels. I want to forget, I want to make this align. You can make align item, center, and justify between content between. So justify content for flex or justify through the same space between. So now inside the flex component, I want to also have some different flex items. So on the left side of the navbar, we'll put a heading component for that. So we can display this heading component as an H1. Remember, the default tag for the heading component is H2. So we want to make it make it H1. So to do that, remember we use the as prop again. So we just put it to H1. Then let's just make sure to import it. Yeah. And there's put dashboard. So save that. Then on the left side of the navbar, on the right side of the navbar, sorry, we want to have some few things there. Different. We want to have the icon, the notification icon, and diameter. So to do that, we are going to group these two items with the flex component. So to do that, we're going to use the flex component again. So we are going to do that, we're going to also, inside a flex component, we are going to use another component we've not talked about, but it's also important, which is called the icon button. Since I don't want to show a text button, I want only an icon button. So I can use the icon button here. Then, so it's not going to have children, it's just a self-close tag. So we are going to output an icon. I just put it like this. So we're going to install icon package that Chakra provide for us. So let me leave it as first. Then we are going to also put in avatar. So let's just use a box component for now. So we're going to use a box component. So make sure to import the box. So we're just taking things slowly. So you understand it very, very well. So we are going to output a text. So I'm just going to give it a text. So let's put the so later in the course we're going to go depth into avatar components. So let's add some small styling to it. So for the icon button, if I forget, I just want to add you some other props here. We have the width of auto, and we can also give it, let me remove this one and give it a variable of notification. So here we're going to change it to bell icon. Come for a minute. Let me complete it, that we can add the icon there. So here I want to remove this. So we're going to use text here. We're going to use another place. So let's remove the text. Since we're going to later change this into an avatar component. So for the button, I just want to make the box, give it some styling. Let's put some background color there, and also let's give it a gray 200, strength of 200, and also give it some padding. Just make it look like, just give it some P or 5. So remember, later we're going to talk about the avatar component. So below it, I want to also add another component, the text. So I want to also use the as prop here to output the HTML tag as span. Then let's type in some text here. Let's put in, the profile name. Let's put it to text with MR. So we have 4 items which are non-flex item inside the flex component. So we have 1, 2, 4. So another thing I wanted to do is I wanted this to wrap together. So I'm going to use another component called the face stack. So they align horizontally. So just give it like this. Yeah, and also give it a line item. Even though I didn't put this align item service, the horizontal stack has already added that. Let me just give you some cap, little pixels. Then come over to the flex components we had before. Let's make this thing align center the right side of the navbar, and let's give it some gap. Let me give it of 10 pixels. So let's save that. So if we save that, you can look at it on the browser. So let's review this on the browser. Now we can see that our component are positioned to the dashboard. The dashboard is here, the text, and the avatar, the icon. So you're left to add the icon. So to add the icon, Chakra UI provides us another component we can use. Let's come over to the dock. Then if you come over to the dock, let me change this. Chakra UI. Let's come over here and search for icons. So to use Chakra icon, we have to install package. So let's copy that and come over to try and space or just stop using and paste it. Install the icon. So you should install. Why is this? Why the component is installing the package? You can go over here to look for, see how it's being used. So we just import it and get the icon, then set the ball size and stuff like that. So I just want to get the icon. Let's get the bell icon. So let's come over. So let me go here and copy this. So that's again. Okay. Okay, that's the stuff. So let's run our server npm run dev. So that's this one. So let's come here and then restore. So remove this one. Let's paste in the bell like corner where take it from the and let's add it here. Let's give it a box size 20 pixel. Let's save it and go to the browser. Let's preview it. So remember I increase the size of the browser. Let me reduce the size. So it. So we can see that the nav bar is completed. Alright guys, so that is pretty much it for this lesson. I hope you understand how you can use this flex component to create different flexible layouts. In the next lesson, we are going to learn more about layout components. So see you in the next lesson.